Good morning, everyone. Now, come to the next topic of unit number three, that is types of operating system. If you talk about the different types of operating system, that basically there are five types of operating system, and I'll tell you the name of these five types of operating system. So, the first type of operating system is the batch processing operating system, and second type of operating system is time sharing operating system. Then next type of operating system is distributed type of operating system. Next one is network operating system, and the last or type of operating system, that is real time operating system. Okay, so one by one, we will discuss these types of operating system in detail. Okay, so you just have a look of these different types of operating system. The first type of operating system is batch processing operating system. So, if you check the first word, that is batch. So, what do you mean by batch? Batch means the group. Okay, so if you are talking about batch processing operating system, basically what we do in case of operating system, we just give different number of tasks. Okay, so whenever we talk about this batch, then we can say that in this type of operating system, the similar types of jobs are grouped together into similar kind of batches. Okay, so then only these types of batches are given to the operator, because operator basically group these different tasks into one batch. Then only it is given to the CPU for processing. Okay, for example, you just have a look, or you just understand this batch processing with the help of this definition. Like, this type of operating system does not interact with the computer directly. Why? Because this operating system generates one operator which takes the similar jobs you have open one new MS Word file in which you want to write something about you, means you want to create one resume file. Okay, so for that purpose you have opened one MS Word file. Then in the second task, you have or you want to open one MS Word file in which you have documented your or you have written some details about your percentage or about your educational qualification. Okay, and you have saved it into one drive of the computer, like in E drive. So you want to access that word file. So second time, or you can say the second job you have opened is the MS Word file, and but this time this is one another file. So these two jobs are similar. So what this operator will do, this operator will group or will make a batch of these two similar jobs into one batch. Okay, so this will be your batch number one. Then for example, now third time what you have opened you want to run one C program. So for that purpose you have opened one C software, you can see the Turbo C. You have opened that application software, and you have written one C program into it and you want to run it. So this is one another batch. Okay, because now this time the task is different. Okay, the job is different, so it will take the different batch. Hope this is understood. Now it is the responsibility of operator to sort these jobs with similar needs. Okay, so the MS Word kind of files will be grouped into one batch. Then the Turbo C programs will be grouped into one batch. And now third time, if you have opened one another file, like you want to play one game of Need for Speed, you want to play, then what you will do, you will open one that software, that is NFS, and it will be grouped into batch number 3. Okay, so in case of batch processing operating system, what is being done? Basically, it involves processing the multiple data items together as a batch. Okay, so you can understand it with the help of this diagram also. Like this, there is one operating system which you have installed within your computer system. So this is basically one computer system, and we have taken only the part of CPU because all the processing is being done with the help of CPU. So that is why we have taken only the CPU part. Okay, now here there is one user who is giving different number of jobs. One user is giving different number of jobs, like job number 1, job number 2, job number n. Okay, then the similar kind of jobs will be grouped into one single batch, like two different ms word file will be grouped into one batch. Then the second job will be like a turbo c program will be grouped into one another batch. Then in the third batch, like your game will be grouped. Okay, then only it will be gone for the processing within the CPU. Okay, so this is batch processing operating system. And if you want to talk about like some examples within this batch processing operating system, then we can take some example like payroll system and bank statements. Like if you want to generate some bank statements, then what is being done? Basically, you have made some transaction, or you can say like different users have made some transaction from the PNB bank. Then what will happen at last? Like all kind of like jobs are similar. So with the help of one software, the software will keep the record of all the transaction. Then at last all the bank statements will be generated. Okay, same is in case of payroll system. Like all the similar kind of jobs will be grouped into one software. Then after that it will be processed. Okay, and manually you can take one example of like telephone billing. Okay, if you are not able to understand with the help of the in terms of this operating system, then you just take one example of telephone billing. Like means the different users use the telephone, or you can say use the landline, or you can say the mobile. And at last, or in the last day of the month, the bill is being generated. Okay, so this is one example of batch processing operating system. Same in case of one another example you can take is like reporting. Okay, in case of reporting, what you can see, like there is one manufacturer who produces a daily operational report for a for a production line that is run in a batch window. And these kind of reports are delivered to the manager only early in the morning. That means in a whole day there is one operator who is compiling all the reports. Okay, sent by the different employees. Then in the early in the morning, there is one operator who is delivering, or is send who will send these different reports to the manager, okay, at one time. So this is basically the batch processing. Okay, so we just relate these examples with this batch processing operating system. Now, in that case, what will be the advantages? Like the advantage will be like it is very difficult to guess or know the time required by any job to complete. So processors of the batch systems know how long the job would be, and when it will be in a queue, when it is in a queue. So the different advantage is like multiple users can share the batch systems. Okay, for example, like there is like different users who want to run their application into one computer system, it can do so. Okay, so this is one advantage. Now the next advantage in case of batch processing operating system is that if you are giving like different jobs to the computer, and all the jobs are being grouped into batches, then in that case the idle time for batch system is very less. Okay, that means the computer is working continuously, no idle time is given to the computer system. Now the next advantage is like it is easy to manage the large work repeatedly in this kind of system. So these all are the advantages of this batch processing operating system. Now if we talk about the disadvantages, then we can say that the computer operator should be well known with batch system, like how the task will be performed in batch processing operating system, because this type of operating system is slightly different with different types of operating system. So that is why the operator who is operating this kind of operating system, it should be well known. So it is sometime costly, because what you are doing, you are giving different types of jobs, so it can be costly in some terms. Now the different disadvantage is like the other jobs will have to wait for an unknown time if any of the job fails, because if you are giving like one similar task at the last, means at after some other applications, so what is being done, like the other jobs have to wait for an unknown time. So this is one disadvantage in this case. Now, the next type of operating system, that is time sharing operating system. This is the second type of operating system. As the name suggests, that time sharing means you are sharing one device or one computer system, or you can say one operating system, by different users or different machines. So that is known as time sharing operating system. Like in this operating system, each task is given some time to execute, so that all the tasks can work smoothly. Means in time sharing operating system, each user gets the time of CPU as they use single system, for example the Unix operating system. So these kind of systems are also known as multitasking operating system. You just underline it, like this time sharing operating system is also known as multitasking system. Means the task can be from single user, or it can be from different user. Okay, so the time that each task gets to execute is called quantum. So what is called quantum? The time that each task gets to execute is called quantum. And after this time interval is over, then operating system switches over to the next task. Basically time sharing operating system is multitasking operating system. That means, for example, you have opened one word file, then after that you want to write one email to your boss, then in third kind of application you want to browse you want to browse some like search engine you want to browse, or you want to browse for some information related to any of the topic of computer system. So that means parallelly you have opened different tasks. You have opened one MS Word file, so this is one application. Then you have opened one web browser in which you are searching for some query. Then in the another tab you have opened one your Gmail account. So these are different tasks, and with the help of one operating system, parallelly these tasks are being operated by the CPU. So this is known as time sharing operating system. Okay, so time sharing operating system allows many of the users to share the computer resources simultaneously. It is very important to learn like parallelly all the work is done in case of time sharing operating system. And in other words, you can say that time sharing refers to the allocation of computer resources in time slots to several programs simultaneously. Means, for example, in one task you are writing something, okay, in the another task like you want to print something, okay, that means for writing purpose the keyboard is being used, okay, but in another but for another process your printer is being used, okay. In the third task, for example, you are running one C program, okay, that means now your CPU is being used. And so basically different kind of resources or different kind of devices are being used by a single computer system. So parallelly all the work is being done. So that is known as time sharing operating system. For example, you can take one example of mainframe computer, because in case of mainframe computer, different number of users logged in into one same time, like railway reservation system. In case of railway reservation system, from different number of states we just book the ticket in railway, okay. So basically, for that purpose mainframe computer is used. Okay, so this mainframe computer works like the time sharing operating system, because different users are using that operating system or that computer. So each user uses the resources of the mainframe computer, and that means everyone is using the memory and CPU of that computer system. So this is known as time sharing operating system. For example, you can check this diagram also. There is one CPU and different number of users from different number of places are using the same CPU. Okay, so this is done in case of mainframe computer, or this is being done in case of Unix operating system also. Like in case of Unix operating system, like we just open that software or that operating system into one computer system. Then from different places or from different computer system you can logged in into that system, and after that you can use it. Just like there is one software, that is Oracle. In case of Oracle, if you want to log in into that computer system or that server, what you have to do, you have to use that username and password of that server. Then by using that username and password of that server, you can use it with different number of systems, okay, and you can run the query on different number of systems, but basically it will be executed onto that main central server of Oracle. So this is one example of time sharing operating system. So in this case, the advantages are like each task gets an equal opportunity. This is one of the main advantage in case of time sharing operating system. Okay, so this type of operating system is better than batch processing operating system, because multitasking is being done in this case. Okay, so this is one of the main advantage of operating system, that each task gets an equal opportunity, then less chances of duplication of software. Okay, then the next advantage is that CPU idle time can be reduced, because parallelly all the processing are being executed. That means the idle time can be reduced. And we can also say about time sharing operating system that it is the sharing of computing resources also. Like I've given you an example that we can share the different input output devices also with the help of this time sharing operating system at the same time. So this is also known as multi-programming and multitasking. Okay, and the example of this operating system is Unix operating system. And if we talk about the disadvantages of this type of operating system, then reliability problem will be there, and one must have to take care of security and integrity of user programs and data. Means security problem is one disadvantage of this operating system. Then data communication problem is there. So these all are the disadvantages of multitasking operating system, or you can say time sharing operating system. So what you do is just make the notes from this video lecture, and meanwhile I'll send you the notes of it. Okay, so till then, thank you everyone, thank you so much.